Hello.
ಅವರಿಬ್ಬರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ನೀವು ಬೀಳಲ್ಲ ಬಲ್ಲೋರ ರಕ್ತಕೋಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ರಕ್ತಾಯೋ
Today we have Dr. Venkatesh as our resource person.
Can you
Let me
hear me?
introduce
Adersha.
present. At present, he is professor and head department of folklore and tribal
Hello.
studies. He is also dean in School of Human and Social Sciences in Kuppam, Dravidian University, Chittoor district, Andhra Pradesh.
Hello.
He held several administrative positions. Hello, sir. We can hear you. He was member of Board of Studies, Board of Examinations, and previously he was Registrar Evaluation, Karnataka Folklore University, Gatagodi, Shiggaon Taluk, Haveri District, Karnataka.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you. He performed many UGC projects, one of which was Folk Epics and Epic Narrators of Karnataka. He was also the director of international seminar conducted on folk epics of South Asia. He was resource person in many of the workshops like fossil regional workshop series held at Mysore, Udupi and Dharwad, Kannada University Hampi workshop for PhD students, Dravidian University, Kannada Sahitya Parishad, Bangalore. He also have participated in many research projects and have done on his sole behalf also. Impact of inclusive education on tribal kids, Government of Karnataka SSA, Epic of Mailaranga, documentation and translation into English, NFSC Chennai, folk imagery, textualization of folk narratives, Dravidian University Kuppam, Elamma, the goddess of the marginalized department innovative project UGC sponsored. Encyclopedia of African Folklore, Karnataka Folklore University, Transformation of Cultural Regional Fixity to University, Comparative Study of Classical, Popular and Folk Literature. He have also organized many international and national seminars and conferences. Like seminar, he was the director of the seminar, first conference of Center for Folklore Survey of India at Bhadravati, seminar director 29th state level folklore conference at Bhadravati for Karnataka University. He was also the director of seminar on globalization and environment issues related to mining. He also was coordinator of the workshop on folklore outreach through media and tourism on April 2 to 4. He also was a coordinator of the workshop of preservation of manuscripts and reading of palm leaf scripts. He also was the coordinator of decoding Veda Vidya, Puttiga Matha, Udupi. International Seminar on Oral Epics of South Asia. He also was a director of International Seminar on Folk Narratives, Hyderabad. He also was a director of National Seminar at Mudusri Tippa, Ramanagar. He also directed National Seminar at Dravidian University. He was a coordinator there. He also was director of National Seminar on Folk Life as reflected in manuscripts, Karnataka Janpada University, Gatagodi. He also directed National Seminar on Janpada Vaishishtya Rangamancha, Kagodu Sagara and Karnataka Janpada in Janpada University, Gatagodi. He also have attended and conducted so many workshops in by Professor Lori Hanko of Finland at Udupi, Professor Ellen Jabor of USA at Shillong, Professor Billy Mail Purushottama and Professor T.S. Satyanath at Hampi, by Professor R.V.S. Sundaram, related with South Indian Folklore Dictionary Encyclopedia of South Indian Folklore, Preservation of Manuscripts, Udupi, Writers Workshop, University of Mysore, 10 to 11 March, Kannada University, Hampi, and so many others are here. He has so many publications of books. Mailaranga Tradition, Mailarada Jatre Galu, Pradarshana Adhyayana, Mayakara Mailara, Abhivyakta, Janpada Kalavidya, Pujari Iranna, Reflecting Folklore, Group Identities, Habitats, Dynamics of Folklore, Mailaranga Jatre, and so many are other that are related to the folklore and folk culture of his native place. He also have done translation works. He also have edited around 10 books and presented chapters in so many books. Around he has published papers around 100. Okay. And on seminars and conferences and national levels, he has performed his research papers. So what I want to say, that we have such a person with us जिनके पास में फोकलोर पर रिसर्च करने के सिवा कोई दूसरा काम नहीं है. तो लेट्स होप कि हम उनसे फील्ड वर्क, फील्ड स्टडीज, फील्ड सर्वे, डेटा कलेक्शन और उनके अपने रिसर्च वर्क के बारे में जानने की पूरी कोशिश करेंगे. वो जो हमें बताएंगे हमको थोड़ा ध्यान से सुनना होगा. एक और प्रॉब्लम हो सकती है कि उनकी लैंग्वेज हिंदी नहीं है. इट विल बी इंग्लिश और हिंदी. ओके, तो थोड़ा सा एडजस्ट करेंगे. बीच बीच में ये शोर नहीं मचाएंगे कि हमें कुछ नहीं समझ में आ रहा है, हमें सिर्फ हिंदी आती है. राइट? हेलो सर.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes sir, you are audible very much. We can hear you. Welcome sir.
Thank you.
It is
Visible?
very impressive CV of yours, and
Fine.
we are very much obliged that you gave the time. Or we will be having 6 consecutive sessions by him. He will be resource person of this week. So let's continue. Sir, please continue.
Am I visible to you?
Yes sir, we can see you.
Good. Okay, just a minute. Today, some adjustment program will be there today. By tomorrow onwards, it will be.
That's okay, sir. That's okay.
Today, if
I
any
too have to run
inconveniences are
many
there,
times.
if any inconveniences are there, you please bear with it.
That's okay, sir.
So, let me commence my work.
Yes.
So, I believe I can share my PowerPoint also.
Sure, sir.
Okay. So, first of all, welcome to all, and thank you. My voice is okay? Audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, I am very happy to be with you all in this particular, a long session of 10 days actually. 5 continuous days in the beginning and next again another 5 days or 6 days. So, I am very happy to share my experiences with you as a researcher. And I am very happy because you young researchers, you are actually working on folklore along with your regular field, art field. So I know you are all actually working on fine arts. Most probably all of you are artists. So, I will make one point very clear in the beginning itself. I am not an artist. I am an art analyzer. I am actually particularly analyzer of folk performing arts. Therefore, my research, my ideology, my thoughts, everything, it is actually centered around folklore only. But when you consider folklore research or research in general, uh, at the concept level, there will not be much difference actually about research in fine arts or research in folk arts, because our interest towards folklore research or interest about finding some important items afresh from the existing sources. So, this is actually common in any of the field. Even in science also, we are finding something new, we are telling. It is something like people are telling that Priestley discovered oxygen. So, before he discovered that oxygen was there in the environment. Still, it was not identified by the people till that particular day. Therefore, a researcher is able to make the thing which is existing already visible to all other people. So, many times we also may work in that particular way. Or in some other cases, there will be some sort of misunderstandings or confusions. Let us take the example of Copernicus and Galileo. Before Galileo, before Copernicus, the people had a different type of ideology. They thought that this earth is flat. When Bartholomew Dias reached Good Hope of Africa in 1888, or when Columbus reached Newfoundland, America in 1492, or when Vasco da Gama reached Calicut of India through sea route in 1498, the people did not believe that the earth is round, they can travel in different ways. When Galileo or Copernicus said these things in the beginning, the church actually opposed them. Even Galileo was actually punished for saying such things. You might have studied the lifestyle of Galileo. Why I am telling this is, we, the people who are actually researching in fine arts field or folklore field, we may not be able to discover America, or we may not be able to identify earth is flat or oval or sphere, or we may not be able to find a new bulb which was actually found by Edison, or we cannot be able to find something like Marconi, a radio or something. But our understanding about our culture, our understanding about our belief system, ritual practices, it is also deeply embedded in the life of common people. And these items, how they are actually creating a sort of influence over our life, how these belief systems, they are actually functioning for the welfare of the community, how community is actually strictly created their customary practices and lifestyle. See, all these things are also related to our life only. See, finding the comfort is one particular area where actually science is working upon. Whereas finding the comfort to our thinking, that's actually the work of our other type of social science research aims and objectives. Therefore, I think it is very essential now to understand what is research, then what is our source of data, what sort of information we need for our research work. Because we cannot get the information just a minute. Forward, yeah? So, the research, it is actually based upon the information. The information should be read in the proper way. It should be understandable. We should be able to create a logic with the help of these data. Then this logical analysis of this data, this actually takes us to new type of thinking. Then we will be able to put some sort of theoretical perspectives over it. Why we need theoretical perspectives? Why not we work? Why not we do research without the help of any theoretical perspective? This argument always will be there. The question of nativism actually, it arises only with that. Because always we are actually following some sort of models which are provided by the foreigners. We Indians, we are not actually able to have our own models of research. Therefore, what we are doing, we are actually applying our data into foreign theoretical perspectives so that we are getting a different type of inference like that. Such different type of arguments are actually coming. But still, what I'm telling is, if we want to create our own research models, for that also we have to look into the foreign research tools, research models. Then only we will be able to identify where we are standing, what our data is actually giving the information. So now I will come to the very basic points. We are actually now working upon research. What is research? First thing, finding something new. Okay, finding something new. We know water is there. It is having two components of hydrogen, one component of oxygen. So that is a research in chemistry. So okay, we are having one art picture is there in front of us. Three colors are being used in it. So what is the percentage of color used particularly, etc., etc. If we start analyzing those things, okay, is that the research? Yes, it's a component of research. If a person uses only charcoal to create a particular art, yes. If you are telling that he used this with the help of charcoal, okay, you may wonder what is there. Even the small boy also can understand it is prepared with this particular color, with this particular charcoal or pencil or some other paint. What is there in it? Are we going to say that this is by Asian paints, Nippon paints? Is that the research? No, you just shift your thinking. If you are finding one monument in a forest, which was maybe some 3,000 years old, some anthropologist might have found this. You are entering into it. There will be a cave. There will be a wall in the cave. There may be an art. Okay? So far, nobody, no artist visited that particular place. Only some cowards, some village people might have seen that. With their help, you people enter to that particular place. You just imagine that particular place. So something is there. When something is there, when you are looking at it, can you able to say that this is by Asian Paints? You cannot say like that. Can you say red, green, or any other base colors? These colors are used for creating this? You are not sure. Because over the years, over the centuries, it might have faded. The original look was different and the present day look might be different. In many films, now the black and white films, they are actually with the help of these uh, artificial new technologies, they are bringing it back in colors. So by imagining or by different methods. Like that, you also may tell that this is having this color, this color, this color. Then the question arises, okay, that picture is there. Whether this picture is painted or drawn, whether it is by dots, whether it is by lines. So different questions will start arising. See how many questions you will get. See, your effort to find answer for all these questions, that itself is actually the research procedure, what you are going to use. But what type of method you have to apply for these things? One thing you understand or you try to understand, you are standing on the shoulders of your grandparents. Whatever you are thinking, your seniors are already told about it. I am talking about base colors. Every artist will speak about that, base colors. Why? Because so many years, so many centuries, people are telling that these are the base colors, these should be used, etc., etc. And by practice, you can understand, yes, it is true. But it is not your knowledge, you are not the founder of that. Actually, it is already, some people actually identified that. Similarly, your worldview. Now I am using one particular technical word, worldview. Worldview is lok drishti. What is that? See, we are having one particular idea. Our India, of course, considering Hindu as one base, Hindu mythologies are actually base for our thoughts. Okay? I'm creating a frame for you to understand the situation. We are in so many mythological stories. What is that story? This earth. It is actually standing on the hood of a serpent. What is the name of that serpent? This earth is actually placed on the hood of, actually there is one serpent which is having 1000 serpent heads, and our earth is actually standing on that, Adishesha. On the head of the Adishesha, this earth is standing. Okay, when we consider the works of Galileo and Copernicus, they also had some sort of ideology before their discoveries. Actually, in Greek mythology, there was the thought that this earth is actually flat, it is floating on the ocean, and this earth, it is actually standing on the back of 3 shark timingilas actually. So this concept is actually embedded in the mind of common people, and when a scientist tells something new, people are not ready to accept it. So as a researcher, your journey actually begins from that particular stage. First of all, you means you are a representative of a community. You means you are a citizen of some country. You means you belong to some discipline of academic studies. You may be a MFA, you may be a BFA, you may be a MA folklore person, you may be a tribal studies anthropologist, you may be a sociologist, you may be any other economist, whatever. So you are having your own ideology in your mind. You already developed some sort of concepts in your mind. With that concept, your research actually begins. Are you in the correct path? What knowledge you are having now? Whether that knowledge is correct knowledge? What is the basic idea you are actually expressing about the particular art form or particular item which you are going to study? Whether your knowledge, thinking, your background information, whether it is correct, there actually your journey begins. So, being a research scholar, it is your first duty to rethink about your knowledge first. You are telling, see, our mythology tells you so many things. Your grandmother, your mother, your parents, they have told you to do a lot of good works. Why? You should not lie. You should not steal others' items. You should not do so many bad things. Why? Because after your death, there will be two doors. You have two options actually. One is hell, another one is heaven. Swarga or Naraka. Where is heaven? In which direction? This is earth. Actually, there are three lokas. I think you are all well versed with our Hindu mythology. We are having three lokas actually. Upper side one loka is there. We are in the middle. Matsya is in the middle. Swarga somewhere and Naraka somewhere. Where is Swarga? Whether it is in the upper side or in the below side?
Upper side.
Huh?
Upper
Yes,
side.
Saurabh? Kushbu?
Upper side, sir.
Upper side. Actually, if I look at the upper side, I make it the second floor. If I go further, I may reach the final roof and then sky. I don't know whether there is a Swarga or not. Because we traveled a very long distance in science, trying to understand the real life, the present day's environment. The present environment is telling so many truths about the existing or real world which is around us. But we are living with the same time with our mythological world also. Even if I am a doctorate, I taught for Ph.D. students for so many years. When my father passed away, I should stand in front of the priest and I should follow whatever the instructions he has given, because I believe, I want my father's soul should rest in peace. We are not ready to give up those things. I am basically a science graduate. I taught physics for more than 18 years. I cannot tell that. Internally, whether I am having that feeling or not, it is different. Internally, I believe the existence of Swarga or Naraka, I don't know. It's for myself. But in front of my family members, I cannot speak this. In front of my community members, I cannot speak them because they are ready to brand me as something else. Rationalist, leftist, this, that. So many brands are there. Okay, ideologies are actually varying. But every person is having some sort of thinking some sort of confirmation of ideas actually about the existence of world, about the existence of our community, about the establishment of our family, about the linkages and lineages. We still believe Rama belongs to Raghu Vamsha. Raghu comes to that particular list of emperors in that particular item. There are scholars who can tell the name of the father of Rama, the father of Dasharatha, the father of that fellow, the father of that fellow. So I have some folk artists. They will give a series of this. I may wonder, I have studied, I am having, if you ask your Shubham madam, she will tell, I am having a lot of happiness that my memory is so good, etc., etc., etc. But if you ask what is the name of the third brother of Duryodhana, so my all capacity actually that stops there itself. Because I am very strongly remember the name of Duryodhana, okay, then Dushasana, and stops our memory. Of course, if you are still able to identify some name, that may be Dushala, the sister of Duryodhana. But remaining names, but our folk artists are there. Without any sort of confusion, they will tell all 99 names. So, our communities are actually having such belief. They believe that these people are lived once in our earth. There are different type of communities. They are worshipping their heroes. The heroes are their cultural heroes. The cultural heroes are considered as ancestors, and these ancestors, they lived, sacrificed their life for the welfare of that particular community, etc., etc. Many such belief systems are there. We cannot create anything away from these particular belief systems. What happens to the great artist from India who drawn certain pictures of Saraswati with Veena? Can you identify the name of the artist?
Nandlal Bose.
Huh?
Nandlal Bose.
Raja Ravi Verma.
Raja Ravi Verma.
No, 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 no. A controversial issue has developed because of that picture of Saraswati sitting naked, holding Veena in her hand.
M.F. Hussain.
Yes. So, now I will put a basic question to you all. You are working on research. You are all art research students. You have to work on canvas. Your area restricts to only that. You need not think of anything else. Abstract art is there. Traditional art is there. Ravi Verma art is there. Okay, many other things are there. Worli is there. Even Hase Chittara, this floral drawing is there. So many things are there actually. So many varieties are there. Ganji art is there. So many things are there. Okay. Everything is in one canvas, is it not? It is given to you. If you look at that canvas, you can write one big book of 300 pages. You can submit it for the purpose of Ph.D. University will acknowledge it. You will become doctorate. So why you have to worry about Hinduism, Islamism, Christianism, Buddhism? What this religion is doing with this? Tell me the concept of God. Okay, let us not worry about the concept of God. Let us worry about the depiction of God, picture of God. When I said Shiva, you will feel Gange at her, at his head. When I said Krishna, You will get the feeling that he will be with that peacock feather or flute in his hand. Now you fold your eyes, close your eyes. You just imagine a deity of Vishnu. Chaturbhuje, Shankha Chakra Gadha Padma, Kireta, etc. etc. You will get some imagination. Do you believe? This imagination is picturized and every temple, every house, walls start decorated with these calendars of these deities. But these deities are actually picturized by the imagination of Ravi Verma. So just you imagine your paintings in one canvas. It is having so many thousands of, so many centuries of thinking is there. That thinking is not your thinking. That's actually borrowed from your senior generation. From one generation to another generation, this knowledge actually got transferred. It is true or false, that question I am not raising here. I am actually trying to tell you that as a researcher, when you leave your house to reach your lab to do the research, the journey begins not with your bag having one tape recorder, one voice recorder, one laptop, one camera, some batteries, etc. Your mind also carries so many things with it. And your research is actually carried by that. Therefore, the information, it starts analyzing even before you start doing your research. Can you grasp this point? So this is actually my first part of discussion with you. You are something. You are a researcher means you may be a student, you may be an expert. But when you start a new research, you are a student again. I may be telling that I have done so many research projects, I have written so many papers, Shubham has told you, because she is good to me, she tells so many good things about me. But the point is, if I take up a new work, maybe new work on mother goddesses, or new work on Muslim, Sufi cult, I may be new to that particular area. My knowledge actually, it may be a beginning of that particular journey. But what all the knowledge I am having till this day, what all the knowledge you are having till this particular day, that always affects your research, that always tries to overpower the new thoughts coming to you. You always will be raided by those particular things. I think you want to test it, is it not? So now I will share my this one. Just a minute, I will try to share. Just a minute, I am taking a small, because I want to share one PowerPoint presentation I want to share. Can you view this particular item? Hello?
No, sir. No, sir.
No,
We are
sir.
not able to see.
Why it is not possible to share? Somebody can tell me any reason?
Sir, go to the three dots.
Yes, I went there.
uske just beside these three dots there is one upward arrow.
Yeah, next to that is yes.
Upward arrow.
Present your entire screen, a window, a tab.
No, sir. Yes, sir. Here it is one
Share
upward
screen.
arrow.
Share
Please
screen.
click that upward arrow.
Okay. Now,
It will say present now.
okay, just it is not functioning. Any problem with that? Report troubleshooting.
Sir,
Report
when you go in,
apply visuals. Open picture in picture. Full screen. Change layout.
So beside three dots, no, sir. Beside three dots, there is one upward arrow.
Yes, I
Icon
got
of-
it. It is
Yes,
telling
sir.
that present.
Present now. Yes, sir.
Your entire screen, a window, a tab.
Yes, sir.
I
You say
worked
your
on
entire screen.
yes, but it is not allowing me. Most probably, admin has to give me option to share.
No, sir.
Yes,
Your
yes.
entire
I think now I
then-
shared it.
Yes, sir. You just select that thing.
Yes. Now,
Okay.
can you see this particular picture?
sir, yes, sir, it's visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Now I will come to the formal beginning of my talk. Actually, so I am extremely grateful to Dr. Shubham Shivam, Professor Shubham Shivam, for providing me this opportunity to be with you for another 10 days. And I am actually speaking on this research and documentation. Particularly, I am dealing with this fourth point of Unit 2, researching and documentation, importance of documentation of artworks, practices, then data collection and data analysis. Of course, I may more concentrate on Unit 3, understanding folk and popular culture and art practices. Of course, I speak about art practice very less. I will speak more about understanding folk and popular culture. You please try to understand why it is, because it's my limitation also. So, now I am coming to the first point. That's what is research.
Sir, one more thing. Please minimize your screen.
Minimize my screen. Okay.
Minimize this one is screen. This one of class.
This is okay.
So, हाँ तो ये then this screen will be presented in मतलब पूरा आ जाएगा. It will be presented at whole.
It's okay now.
We can see it is small only.
The picture can you see?
Yes, sir. We can see the picture.
Is it okay?
Sir, it's okay, sir. We can manage.
Can you manage? Okay, because that picture is very important. That painting is very important for me.
Okay, sir, okay.
I spoke about our concepts which are already developed in our mind. I want to test that particular item. I want you all to respond to these questions. Which epic this picture depicts?
Mahabharat.
Mahabharat. Very good.
Abhimanyu scene
Abhimanyu, very
in
good.
Mahabharat.
Concentrate on the wheel, then you can understand. Very fine. So, not only Abhimanyu, wheel is actually related to another very important personality in Mahabharata.
Krishna, Arjun.
Krishna Arjun, another person is there. Actually, caste problem is there in Mahabharata. And one of the very
Bhishma Pitama, Dronacharya.
still you have not come to that particular character against Arjun.
Karna.
Karna, yes, sir. Karna.
Karna is there. His wheel actually struck in the mud.
Yes, I have
And he
remembered.
has died. Very good. Very good observation. Warfield also you have observed, so you understood there is one big club is there. So you understood that it is Gada Yuddha. So Mahabharata. Right?
Sir.
Let me answer or let me keep my answer for some more time. Hello?
Yes, sir. You can ask, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Anybody is having any other answer other than Mahabharata? So now I will come back to my regular presentation. You have seen that picture? Okay?
No, sir. It's fully blank.
Huh?
It's not visible, sir. It's fully blank. Whole screen is black.
No, that's a problem now. It's okay. I will try to show it again.
Yes, now it's visible.
Now it's visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now I,
Yes, sir. Yes,
I
sir.
believe it is more visible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's
Yes,
visible.
sir.
Now I will be giving you one more option. You look at the picture and tell me which part of epic story this picture belongs to. Now you read this particular statement. The systematic investigation into and study of materials and sources in order to establish facts and reach new conclusions. Research is the process of finding solutions to a problem after a thorough study and analysis of the situational factors. This is exactly what research is. I have not answered your question actually. So far, I have not discussed anything about that particular painting. It's done by one of the artists like you. Now I will come back to my original discussion. I told you, when you are leaving your house, you are carrying not only your baggages, not only your requirements for the purpose of doing that particular research. We call it as a pre-field work activity. If you are going to a field, how many days you will be in the field, that work you will do. What all the items you have to carry to that particular place, that also you have to think. Whether food is available in that place or not, that you have to think. Whom you are going to meet, that you have to think. So many things are there. So you are carrying all those items. Along with that, you also carry your ready-made informations in your mind. With the help of that ready-made information only, you try to answer my question. Because when Gade is there, when Warfield is there, when a wheel is there, Abhimanyu should come to our mind. Because we are well versed with that particular story. Of course, when I diverted you from Abhimanyu, you might have thought of Krishna, but Krishna's wheel is not like this. Is it not? So now our research is actually began with this picture only. Another 6 days we have to work on this particular item. We have to come to the conclusion finally. I tell you, this is not Krishna. When I say it is not Krishna, why? Why it is not Krishna? Why it is not related to Krishna's episode? Because Krishna's wheel is different from this. Sudarshan Chakra is not like this. This is a wheel of a cart, wheel of a chariot. So Krishna never actually hold that. Only once he raised his Sudarshana against Bhishma, but he has not used it in Mahabharata Yuddha war.
Krishna, there was a time, there was a scene when Krishna Krishna hold a whole, whole chariot.
Yes,
Do you have remember?
yes, yes. There is a relationship, but this picture is not belong to Krishna. Okay. See, I will come in a different way now. Of course, I will be discussing with you for about 6 days continuously. Therefore, you may feel that I am actually drawing some issues for long time. It is not, because I am having some specific purpose actually to do so. I am asking you one question. Being a science teacher, I will ask one question. Which is the satellite of Earth? You will tell. My expected answer is, what is the expected
Moon.
answer? Satellite of Earth?
Moon, sir.
Moon. Yes, Saurabh is answering. It's moon. You just imagine, if you write sun in place of this, you believe that you are a student of 7th standard or 4th standard. Okay? How much of marks for this question? 1 mark. Okay? If you write moon, you will get 1 mark. Saurabh got 1 mark. If you write sun, S-U-N, sun. Okay? How much marks I should give? One mark question it is. How much mark I should give?
0, 0, 0.
0. Yes. Mishra got 0 marks. Why I tell you? I asked the question, only one question. That question is, which is the satellite of Earth? The boy wrote sun. What does it inference? What does it actually means? As a researcher, now you start thinking, not as a primary school teacher. As a researcher, if one particular person whom you are going to interview, if he gives one particular answer, how many informations about that particular person you will get? The basic thing is, the boy doesn't know the actual answer for this question. Therefore, he is not able to get 1 mark. Therefore, she allotted him 0 marks. Am I right? Mishra, that's your thinking, is it not? Since that boy doesn't know, sun is not the satellite of Earth, he has written that particular answer. My point is, the same boy doesn't know moon is the satellite of Earth. If that boy has known moon is the satellite of that Earth, he would not have written sun. He would have written moon. Is it not? By seeing the answer sun, you got 2 answers actually. One is, the boy doesn't know sun is not the satellite. At the same time, the boy is not knowing moon is the satellite. So 0 becomes -1 now. Is it not? Next question. He has written sun. Sun is a star. It is not at all a satellite. He doesn't know sun is a satellite. Sorry, he doesn't know sun is a star. If he had that idea in his mind, certainly he would not have written there. He has not written cow there. He has written sun. Because he is not able to identify the difference between sun and moon. At the same time, he failed to understand the difference between the satellite, star, planet, etc. Therefore, he has written. Therefore, his answer is, actually, it is giving inference for 3 items. One is, sun is not the satellite of Earth. Second one is, sun is a star. That also he has not understood. He doesn't know the actual answer. Moon is the. So his marks becomes -2. If I give more answers like this, his marks still becomes lesser, and so many minuses will be there. Now, analyzing this way is your job. Whatever you see in front of you, something actually comes to your mind. Immediately you have to make an inquiry whether that information is correct or not. Immediately you have to think, okay, whether this is the information I needed. Then you have to put that particular information in a particular way. Then only your data is a data which will become an information which will be ready for analysis. Otherwise, it's a data. You asked one question to some informant from the field. What is the satellite of Earth? That lady, old lady from the village, she will tell, son, you will note it, very sincere student you are. You will write it, you will come home, you will give that notes to your professor. Okay? Sir, I have taken 20 questions. I got 18 answers for this. 2 questions they did not answer. Sir, 18 answers are here. You please take this. You will submit to your professor. Anything wrong with it? Yes. Being researcher, it is your responsibility. It is not the responsibility of the person who gives the answer to your question. It is the responsibility of you to cross-check what is this information. Do you think all the questions are having only one single answer? Not possible. Do you think everything is explainable by the community people? No. Some are to be explained by the experts. Some are to be made known by the persons who actually works with it. That's where a concept will arise. The opinion. When you are actually collecting information from the community person, you may have to consider it as an opinion. It's an opinion. Opinions sometimes may not be the correct answer. At the same time, the correct answers may not be acceptable to the communities also. You are actually to be very careful while utilizing such sort of informations in your research. I am actually giving you different type of complications actually in the beginning itself. I will tell you one story now. And I will ask you to analyze this story. Okay? Some 6 plus 6 or 7 plus 7, 14 students were playing kabaddi in a village. One snake came there, maybe serpent. They got afraid in the beginning, but since they are all young boys, they took some sticks, some stones, they killed it. Okay? After some days, the snake died. After some days, all these boys also, after 30 years, after 40 years, after 60 years, after 80 years, in different time period, they also died. What do you understand by this story? What is there, sir? Snake coming in the field is quite natural in villages, nothing special. People, particularly the children playing kabaddi, is common in India. And killing snake is also not such a very strange thing. It might have happened. And these boys, some died early, some died later because of their genealogical problems or physiological problems or different problems. There is nothing actually in this story. There's nothing in this story. Okay? So, if in the field, if you get such a sort of story, first, very interestingly, you will write it, then you will keep it aside. Is it not? I will continue this story to the next phase. You don't know all these 14 children and the snake born in different places took rebirth, but reached the same place after some time. Who reached first? Who died first? It should reborn first. It reached first. Okay? Then, according to seniority of death, the rebirth took place in different places and they also came there. Therefore, some are become juniors, some are become seniors. This snake died first, took the rebirth first, therefore it became more senior and became dash. Can you understand anything from this? Again, very difficulty. The story is incomplete. There is nothing in this story. Okay, only creating some sort of curiosity. Nothing is there in this. I will fill that dash. Since that snake died first, took a rebirth first, became senior, therefore it is the manager in the same factory where we 14 born later, we became employees, laborers under him. Now I complete the story. I will complete the story. Since in the previous birth, we killed this snake by hitting by sticks, by hitting by stones. It is having a lot of angry. Therefore, this manager, whenever looks at us, he will barks, he will abuses us, he will scolds us. Whatever work we do, he will not get satisfied. Can you understand something now?
Sir, in last line, what you said, I couldn't hear.
Yeah, please loud.
Whatever, what you said, whatever we do.
Can you understand anything from the story now? I completed the story.
I understood your study, but in the last line, what you said, I could not hear properly.
Actually, one of the person is narrating this story. One of the person is narrating this story. He is telling to his mates. Many people are sitting around him. He is telling this story. He is telling this story. Since that snake is actually killed by us by hitting with sticks, it is having a lot of angry with us. That is why, since the snake is born as manager, this manager, whenever looks at us, he will not get satisfied by our work. He is not happy. He always says bush, 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 bush. Always scolds us. Always tells something wrong about us. He is always angry about us. See, this is this is industrial folklore. This is not a true story. This is a created, imaginative story. But created by whom? See, this is created by the people subordinate to some officer. Point 1. The disgusted people, because they cannot actually impress the manager. Their frustration is there. They cannot express this in front of that particular manager. They cannot scold the manager. They cannot make a fight with him because his increment is actually in his hands. His promotion is in his hands. He cannot speak. He cannot spell out all his anger and other things. What he is going to do? He actually uses this opportunity of having some free time during the lunch hour where manager has gone to his house for lunch. During that time, one of the very creative person among them, he will narrate such a story. Everybody will get laughs. Okay, people are laughing now. It's a sort of relax for them. Their agony is relaxed. By 2:30, the manager will come back. And he will make a shout, hey, why you are sitting still? Immediately everybody will take their bags. They will start doing work, obliging the manager, threatening, without any sort of threatening. They simply oblige whatever the orders he gives. They do it. Is it not? Actually, the folk people's life is quite similar to this. They are poor people. They are living in the village without facilities. Their life is very difficult. You take the life structure of village people, folk life, you take it. It's very difficult. Subordination is there. Their voice is not actually listened to the authorities. Their voice is not listened to the jamindars. There will be exploitation. There are people of exploitation. So the exploited voice will be rough. But the people who got exploited, their voice is not coming out actually in the same way. So in 19th century, when the definition for folklore is given, the definitions are like this only. It is the suppressed voice of the farmers. It is the suppressed voice of the people who actually having starvation, having difficulties, who cannot raise their voice. They created some sort of songs like that. So when you got lot of mythological information, a lot of folkloristic information, a lot of stories about the communities, lot of legends, even our Vishnu Purana or Shani Purana or Garuda Purana or whatever Puranas you find in Sanskrit language, you cannot read it as a separate book. You have to take it into the context. You have to fix it in the context. You have to try to understand in which context it's actually being spread. See, structural theory is there to understand the literature. This structural theory tells Rama goes to dash. Rama goes to
Jungle.
Jungle.
Rama goes to forest. We want that answer, is it not? Because always we want to send Rama to the forest. Rama went to so many places in Ramayana. But when I said Rama goes to, the first thought will come to the forest. If I write Rama goes to school, grammatically the sentence is correct. Nothing wrong. But what answer I want? See, it is not that you decide the answer, I decide the answer. As a researcher, if I decide the answer, are you able to get the correct information?
No,
So,
sir.
how open we should be? Because we doesn't know whether Rama goes to forest or Rama goes to school. It depends upon the context. If that Rama is the son of one of the Tahsildar in a village, Taluk headquarters, then that Rama should go to school, not to the forest. But if it is Ayodhya Rama, son of Dasharatha, he might have gone to Vishwamitra's Yajnashala also to fight against Tataki's sons and Maricha and Subhahu, etc. But that we are not referring. Rama goes to Sita Swayamvara also, that we are not referring. Rama goes to Lanka also, we are not referring. Why? Because in the whole of the myth, the total turning point is Rama going to forest is very important. Rama is going to forest. The one particular sentence or that one particular word it's having a lot of weight in it, and it gives you the whole of the picture. What your canvas is telling, it is having the same effect. You are looking at one particular canvas, one small picture will be there, that may be your imagination, because you are a MFA student and you know how to write the art. Of course, I am not, I cannot, but I can analyze it, what you have written. Now, the artist is not there. Now, it is taken to London or Japan or Korea. It is displayed there. The person who is coming to that particular place, he doesn't know. Say, Rama is here, Rama in Bali also. In Malaysia also, we are having Ramayana story. So I did not say Bali, because those people may know Ramayana. If I place this particular picture in front of those people in Japan or in Korea or in Scotland or in some other place, what would be their answer? Whether they are able to tell about the Abhimanyu, whether they are able to tell about Krishna, whether they are able to tell about Karna. With little difficulty you come out with that particular name, Karna. Is it possible? So, now data, extracting data just by looking an object, very difficult. Is it not? Now I will come to the picture again. Can I show that picture once again? Sorry.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Please look at this. Tell me something about this picture. I started with Mahabharata, but I continued with Ramayana.
There is a flag who represent the flag.
Now you try to see other items. Here is one wheel. There are how many hands? 2 hands. There is one chair. On the chair, 2 keepers are there. In the dark side, in the top side, left side, top, there are images of 3 persons moving towards a forest. Have you observed these things? Have you observed these things? You observed only wheel. You might have observed some, this one, weapons are actually falling down after their usage in the war. 2 things you have observed. Remaining things you have not observed. This is the story not at all related to Mahabharata.
Ramayana also.
So when I said it is not Mahabharata, you said it is Ramayana. Justify your answer. That's where your research actually begins. First thing is you have to negate. Okay, this is not, this is not, this is not. Why it is not? That also you have to tell. Then if it is Ramayana, why it is Ramayana? You have to sustain your answer, you have to strengthen your answer, you have to justify your answer. Is it not? Why? There are three people who are moving towards the forest. That's one clue. Okay, Rama, Sita, Lakshmana moving towards the forest. Okay, there is a chair. Okay, chair is belong to Ayodhya. Ayodhya chair. Okay, even Delhi chair is also important. Ayodhya chair is also important. This chair is also important. But who sat upon that? Not Bharata, not Rama. Who sat upon it?
Sir,
Two Padukas of Rama.
Padukas.
Two Padukas of Rama. That's depicted in that picture. But what is the confusion? Why the idea of Mahabharata rushed in? There are two hands. There are two hands. In Kannada, hand means kai. If two hands are there, hand. In Kannada, it is kai, kaikeyi, kaikeyi. Okay, let's make some pun between that. Kai. You are knowing Ramayana from Rama. You are knowing Ramayana from Rama. Dasharatha made Putra Kameshti Yaga, got Prasadam, divided into 4, gave it to his 3 wives. So, Bharata, Rama for one mother each, Shatrughna and Lakshmana for one mother as twins, etc. etc. Then your story begins. If you want to understand everything, if you want to do the real research, you should not start from that particular place. You should not end to the story of bringing back Sita to Ayodhya. There will be stories beyond and before. When Dasharatha was young, just married to Kaikai, he was called to help Indra because there was a big war. And though he was human, he had a lot of strength. He took his chariot to the war field and entered into the war. By that time, the beloved wife, Kaikai, asked, I want to come with you as honeymoon to this particular war field. See, Kshatriya woman, she may feel honeymoon there also. So with great difficulty, he tried to avoid her, but it was not possible because she was very beloved wife to Dasharatha. So he took her. During that time, what happened? Now you have to look at the picture. You have to observe the picture. Actually, the lock for the wheel, it was fallen down during that war field. During that war field, the lock was actually broken. It was fell down. And the wheel was supposed to fall down. If wheel was fallen, Dasharatha could have lost his life. Not only that, he could have lost the war also. What Kaikeyi did, she was sitting in the chariot. She used her single small finger, left finger. She put it there as a lock, and the war continued. With great pain, she actually took it because she is a Kshatriya woman. She had that toughness, and Dasharatha won the war. But only after the completion of the war, he came to know that the blood is actually coming out from her fingers. Then he said, okay, you did a great job for us. I am ready to give you 2 boons. You take it. Then she said, I will ask the boon when time comes, not today. And when that time came, on the day of Rama Pattabhisheka. So, the figure is actually showing that Rama should go to the forest and Bharata should be sitting on the chair. Understand? So this picture is belong to Ramayana. Our worldview is correct. Our knowledge is there in our mind. We know about Swarga and Naraka. We are in the science field. We understood so many things. We are having a lot of knowledge. Still, grasping the correct information is a very difficult task. Going to the field is very easy. It depends upon our pocket, our friendship, our networking, our enthusiasm. But that doesn't make you a perfect field worker. That doesn't make you to understand the informations is collected in the field in the proper order. So today I tried to give you a brief introduction of how our mind should be prepared for doing the research. We are having a sort of garvam, ahankaram, that will be with us. We are all ahankaris, no doubt. I know so many things. What is there to learn? Hey, why I should go to the field? Because I already read 10 books about it. If you have already read 10 books about Leonardo da Vinci, and if you want to do some research work on that, why to go to that Mona Lisa art or some other art made by that particular great man? It's not necessary, because so many people have already written. I will take extract from that, cut and paste, I will prepare my thesis. Are you going to be a good researcher? Not possible. It's not possible. You are having a lot of knowledge, yes, fine. Research means it is actually rethinking again. Whatever the knowledge you are having in your mind, okay, you use it. But give a test at every moment. If you are not giving a test at every moment, you cannot become a good researcher. I am not underestimating any of your knowledge. I know you are all sincere. You are all happy to do the research. But research is not just, it's a ride over the informations. It is not just collection and a dumping of information. It is not just finding the answers to the questionnaire which you have prepared. While preparing the question itself, you should be very careful. When you are actually trying to answer those questions, when you are actually classifying the answers, when you are classifying the data, a lot of things are to be done. I hope we can work upon all these things and we can have more discussions for another 5-6 days this particular way. I believe my time is over for the day. It is 5:31, I think. If you want to have some questions, I am ready to make you to think about the answer rather than giving the answer. What I wanted to tell you in the beginning itself is observation is very important. Today what I said is observation is very important. Another thing is, what you are thinking is, it should be questioned. It should be questioned. You will get attracted with some particular item. Of course, okay, you get attracted, but you try to analyze whether it is correct or not. Do rethinking. Do rethinking. Then eliminate many possible answers as wrong answers. Then you will come close to the right answer. So this is how you have to collect the data. My job is, what your Shubham madam interested me is to explain you what is data, what is the source. In what way we can extract? You can extract the information in any form of the way you like. There are hundreds of methods to collect the data. But I will tell you how you should not collect the information. What carefulness is required while collecting such information. I think with this example, we can come to that particular conclusion. Observation is very important. And when we identified with some particular data, of course, it is our primary responsibility to ascertain that this information is correct. If somebody tells that it is from Mahabharata, okay, it is your responsibility to go to Mahabharata story. You have to ascertain that this is correct or not. So you cannot say my work is only on canvas. No, behind the canvas, lot of things are there. You are not standing on your foot. You are actually standing on the shoulder of your grandfather. That knowledge is there. Upon that you are standing. Therefore, it is very, very, very necessary to ascertain yourself that where you are, what knowledge you are having, what type of work you wanted to do, etc., etc. Actually, I will show another slide for your tomorrow's thinking. What is research? Area of interest, selection of topic, review of literature, hypothesis, geographical distribution, theoretical perspective, data collection, fieldwork, pre and post fieldwork activities, data classification, data analysis, deriving inference, research design, schedule of works, dissertation, writing. This actually the whole of the activity you are expected to do while doing your research. Research doesn't mean I am telling you, research doesn't mean it is a work for Ph.D. Ph.D. is a process for knowing how to do the research. After the completion of that Ph.D. only, when you become doctor, then only you will be able to understand how research should be done. Because it's a process. With all enthusiasm, you start doing it. I wish you all the best. You do it very sincerely. Try to be sincere as you try to analyze this particular pictograph. Okay? I believe you will find some good time. If you want to, now it's your time. Shivan?
Very clear.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Is the classes over?
Hello?
Hello?
I believe my class 1 is over. Tomorrow
Okay.
we will begin with class 2.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yes. Anybody is having any questions to discuss?
No, sir, you explained it very clearly.
Huh?
No, sir, we explained it clearly. We understood.
Okay. Tomorrow let us go to the next phase of things.
Thank you, sir.
Continuation. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.